So this is my second video on the channel. This is the first proper video though. The other video is just an introduction and just about kind of what the channel's about. So if you're interested in that and you want to know what the channel's about before you start watching, then you can go check out my first video. Just kind of explains what the channel's about. But this topic today is going to be on addiction and quitting addiction basically. So for me, I've been addicted to marijuana for 9 years. And I've had moments in time where I've gotten off it. The longest time I would have gotten off marijuana would have been probably for a month. So I've been severely addicted to it for the past 9 years, and I'd got myself into a hole to the point where I was depressed and literally couldn't do anything. I literally sat in my house and would basically, the only thing I would do all day was maybe listen to a bit of music, and I would do nothing else. Literally sit there depressed. And that was where I was, absolutely shattered. For 8 months, I did that as well. Just nothingness, literally for 8 months. And I would try to get myself to do things, try to quit marijuana, try to quit. I was smoking cigarettes, marijuana, and vaping at the time. And it was just a concoction of shit, not doing anything, not working out, not taking care of myself, barely showering, just completely lost. And I've had to dig myself out of that hole. So basically, this is day one of being clean of marijuana. But I will say I've actually been clean of cigarettes for about 2 months. So before I quit marijuana, I actually quit smoking cigarettes. And I just stopped smoking cigarettes and just replaced it with marijuana. That's what I did. And then that helped because cigarettes are so addictive. And they keep you in like a loop where you smoke a cigarette and then a certain amount of time later you need another one. And so I cut off cigarettes first. This is months ago, and that was hard. It took a few tries, and once I just stopped praying too much for things to happen on the outside of me, and instead just looked inside myself and went, "Where's strength? Where can I find strength in here?" And then grab onto that strength and use that strength to overcome, and then push through, and then set up my day so things are right, get the right circumstances, wait for the right moment. Sometimes you've got to wait a little bit. Sometimes you've got to act now and you don't want to. And so I quit cigarettes, and then basically I was just smoking weed all the time. I mix my weed with tobacco, so it's not like I completely stopped smoking cigarettes. I just stopped smoking. I stopped smoking cigarettes, but I didn't stop smoking tobacco completely. And so that was probably the first big step in actually getting to the point where I'm at now, was stopping smoking cigarettes, because it was incredibly addictive. And once I put that down, there was less addiction, even though I was still an addict. There was less literal addiction going on, because nicotine is incredibly addictive, tobacco is incredibly addictive, and the less of that going into your body, the less you're going to be feeding it. And so basically getting rid of the cigarettes was a huge boost, and that's made everything a lot easier. And then basically, to get to this point where I'm at now, I had to, I got my computer going just for some information. But I've had to do a lot. I've had to do a lot of self-control management. I had to start to get to this point where I'm one day clean, and I think I'll be fine now. I've just got to keep going moment by moment and not getting caught up in things, basically, and just getting ahead of myself and just keep working. It's a battle, and I've got to keep in the fight until it's over. And one big thing I did was so I went from doing nothing and being depressed all day to doing little things. So going for a walk, shutting up that voice on the inside that's just negative and just not listening to it, and then literally not having any motivation or anything, but then just siding for myself with nothing to guide me to then do what I wanted to do to make my life better. Instead of waiting on something to make my life better, I had to change it myself. So I started doing hard things, forcing myself to do hard things. And it taught me self-control, doing these hard things, like working out. I got really sick, lost 10 kilos of muscle, and I've only just started working out again. And I am so weak, and my muscles are so sore. But I'm still doing it, and it's really challenging. Especially because I'm just getting back into it again, so it just hurts a lot. But it's literally each rep I don't want to do. I don't want to do any of it. And I'm just forcing myself to do it. And it's literally mind over matter. And I'm teaching myself that though my feelings want this and my thoughts want that, I actually can direct this boat wherever. And it's not my thoughts or feelings that define who I am, but actually my choice. So you don't need to rely on your thoughts or feelings. It's up to you to steer that boat and find that emptiness inside of you, that blank space, and then go into that space, and that's where you lead yourself from, not from your feelings or your thoughts, from being. And from there, I've been able to put my hand back on the steering wheel of the car, if you will, and now I'm driving the car again. And I had to believe in myself. I had to believe in myself more than anything else. I had to believe in myself. I believe in God, and I believe in things like this, and I put my faith in God, and I've prayed for help and all these things, and it never worked for me. Never worked at all. I never changed. Nothing ever changed for about 3 years. Nothing changed. So what I had to do was I was like praying, but then nothing would ever come. And what I guess I realized is it's already in me, this strength. So I just had to look inside myself and find it and pull it out, and then hold onto it and keep using it. And now I've found the strength. I've just got to keep my hand on it, keep my hand on the wheel basically, and keep driving. And it's already so much easier, and I'm already one day in. And it just took a mindset change, like a proper hard mindset change, basically, where I went, I'm not going to listen to my thoughts or feelings anymore, and I'm going to do what's best for myself, and best for people around me, and best for God. And stop just digging myself into a hole. We all have urges and feelings and thoughts, but it doesn't mean you need to follow it just because it's there. You can sit in silence. And you can sit in silence. You don't have to give in to cravings. Whether you act upon a craving or not, it will pass. So if you sit there and you do nothing, it'll pass. If you act upon it, it'll also pass, because you're gonna give into the addiction. But either way, it'll pass. So it's kind of up to you. It's like, which way do you want to go? Do you want to do the thing that makes you feel good now, that makes you feel worse later, or do you want to do the thing that is harder now, that then rewards you later on? And I think that you've got to take that choice, that second option of the thing that's hard now, but it's rewarding later on. And I'm only in this day one of this, and I've struggled so badly with this, but it's almost like it's over already, and I'm not celebrating a victory and going like, I have nothing to worry about and no more like, temptation will pop up. I'm sure of it. I guess I'm confident in my own strength in a way in which I know I don't truly want that. And if I can keep aligning myself to what I really want, that's better for my future instead of what's better for me now, makes me feel good now, then I'll be able to just keep moving forward. And I had to do a lot of things. So I had to quit smoking cigarettes. I had to start working out. I had to believe in myself. I had to believe in myself, ultimately. I would like to say that I had to put faith in God and things like that. And I guess I did in a way, but not in the sense of an outward thing. I had to look for God inside myself. I had to look for strength inside myself. I had to find it all in here. Nothing came from the outside to help. Everything came from inside, and I had to bring it to the surface. I had to find a good thought in my heart or a good thought in my head, and I had to give that thought strength instead of giving strength to the negative things that I was thinking or feeling. And being who I want to be instead of what my body tells me to be or what my mind tells me I should be. And you can do it. If you're struggling with the same thing as me, maybe this is your day one quitting addiction too. You've got this in the bag. Literally. It's over now. if you're dealing with weed addiction, if you can get the day one done, it's actually over, and you've just got to keep pushing forward. You've broken the chains off, and now you've just got to stop them from ever coming back on. That's the thing. They're gone now, and it's just moving forward, basically. If you are a heavy tobacco smoker, I would suggest that you cut that back, find a nicotine replacement therapy. So, for example, I have these here. They're a nicotine inhaler. You put this little cartridge in it, and these are completely legal. And you just breathe on it, just pull on it like a cigarette, and it gives you a little bit of nicotine, and it works. It actually does work, but you've got to focus on the feeling it's giving you instead of focusing on the feeling in your brain. You've got to focus on the relief instead of focusing on the pain. And that's the thing with nicotine replacement. It won't work unless you let it work, unless you actually absorb it, because it is giving you nicotine. It's giving you plenty of nicotine, in fact. So it's enough. And it worked for me. What I ended up using, I've used both these, and I've also used vaporizers, nicotine vaporizers. And I don't smoke the crap out of them, and I don't smoke it for, it's not it's not a long-term thing. I don't vape. It's not like I literally vape every day. I'm going to keep vaping for the rest of my life. I'm only vaping right now because it's taking the edge off of the nicotine, basically the nicotine, that feeling in you that just wants to smoke. It just takes that edge away. And that's really helped me a lot. So I wouldn't suggest the vape. I'd suggest you get a nicotine therapy, basically. And if you're going to wear patches, don't sleep with the patch on at night time because it will give you weird dreams. Yeah. So you can do it. I'm probably going to do more advice. This might do more. I don't know if there's even advice. I don't really know. I'm just talking about it, I guess. I'll probably do a second video tomorrow, which will just be day 2, talking about that. And I do struggle as well. I struggle with either the feeling of like withdrawal, fiending something. I have been struggling with that a little bit, not very much. The vape and the nicotine helps with that. I think the other part of it is just something up here just has to go, I'm done with it. And once you're done with it, that's it. You kind of truly are done with it. And that feeling, you just don't want to give in because you want the other side. You want to get to the other side of the tunnel. And I think that you can get to the other side of the tunnel. So if you're thinking about doing your day 1, I would suggest that you get advice off the internet everywhere you can, doctors, get advice anywhere you can. Make sure that you, like, not all advice is going to work for everybody. So just apply things, see how they go. The best advice I think I can give though is stop smoking nicotine, tobacco, or limit it way down until you're not smoking barely any of it, and start working out. Start physically lifting weights, go on for runs, walks, do yoga. Even if you can't go to a gym, just do push-ups and do it to the point where your brain's telling you no, and then you say yes, and you keep pushing yourself to do it. Don't make yourself spew or throw up, but your brain's going to tell you no, and you're going to just make it do it anyway. And then that same strength is how your brain's saying, I want to go smoke marijuana. And that same strength that you've just built can go, well, actually, my body wants to smoke marijuana. My mind wants to smoke marijuana. But I don't want to do that because I'm trying to change my future. And then that strength is enough for you to then literally just go, I'm literally going to do something else. And you can do something else because you've just been grueling yourself away in a gym or doing push-ups, doing something you don't want to do at all, and it hurts and it's hard. And you keep able to push yourself up, and no one can stop you except for yourself. And that's the reality. So all you got to do is push yourself up. Your body says no, you say yes, and you get up. That's what you can do. It sounds ridiculous, But now that I'm here and I'm actually doing this stuff, it's a lot more simple than it seems before you start. It really is just a matter of mind over matter, and then having the right tools available to build yourself into the right person. So, yeah. Don't fight the thoughts, let them come and pass. And then just focus on what's in front of you. Keep yourself busy with things to do. Keep being positive, and if you be negative, let it come and pass. And then don't let that negativity force you into something you don't want to do. Just be silent still. If you are going to do something silly you don't want to do, just don't do anything. It's the best advice. You can literally sit there and do nothing. You can do that. Or you can go for a walk, or you can do some push-ups, or you can do whatever, and it'll help. I think that's all for this video. Yes, that's day one of not smoking marijuana, and I didn't sleep at all last night because I have insomnia from it. But I'm not going to let that stop me. Probably be like, I'm being very mindful of my health, my mental health, and things like this, because lack of sleep's not very good for you. I'm just being careful, taking it seriously, and I'm ready for something new. So I'm just gonna keep walking forward, and yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you're alright, having a good day, and yeah, see you next time.